I'm sure you've heard before, get 10,000 steps a day.
Yeah.
And the origin of that message is very interesting because it actually comes from a marketing campaign, I think a Japanese brand that was bringing out a step counter.
Mm-hmm.
And so it wasn't that there was this definitive type of research that was able to show that 10,000 steps a day is the absolute best and sort of optimal. And I think a lot of people intuitively kind of understand that, but it was nice to see a meta-analysis of 7 large prospective studies, and these were large cohorts where they were looking at rates of death and also how many steps people were doing. And all of the individuals in these various cohorts had step trackers of some description. And there was some interesting findings in here that I want to share with people, and you can kind of take it or leave it and sort of use it within your lifestyle, whatever makes sense. I think something that was really interesting was there was significant benefit all the way from once you got over 2,000 steps, 2,700 steps a day, all the way to 16,000, there was continued benefit. It's not like you got to 10,000 and the benefit just stopped.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So that's the first thing I want to say. However, the largest benefit is seen in the first 8,000 steps. So you had compared to 2,700 steps, if you were walking 8,000 steps, you had a 48% relative risk reduction in total mortality, premature death. The benefit does continue after 8,000 steps, but it's not like going from 8,000 to 16,000 gives you double the benefit.
Right.
It starts to slow down and diminish. Your returns diminish a bit as you get over that 8,000 steps sort of level. And I think there was one study that has been spoken about quite a bit. I think Harvard wrote something on it. It was a single study that showed that at 7,500 steps, there was no extra benefit. And what I want to kind of just remind people here is that in this scenario, the stronger, more reliable evidence is the meta-analysis. And it actually did include that paper. It included that plus another 6 prospective cohorts. And then they were able to look at that curve and see that there was continued benefit all the way to 16,000. And importantly, all of those studies controlled for body weight.
Right. Yeah, it's really interesting how marketing infiltrates common society. Like that 10,000 number is a figure. Everyone, you ask anyone, what is your step count goal? Everyone just says 10,000.
And look, if you're doing 10,000, I think that's awesome.
It's great.
It's so good.
Yeah.
It's clearly there's a big risk reduction in risk of mortality if you're doing 10,000 over 2,700.